I'm bringing you an unhaul video of the books that I am not interested in picking up that are just collecting dust on my bookshelves, or they're books that I've read once and do not foresee myself wanting to pick back up and reread in the future. So let's get into the books that I have chosen to unhaul. Alright, the first one is Harmon's works, The City Boy. This came in the used books monthly subscription service, and it's just not something that I'm interested in reading. I think I read a few pages and it's just not for me. So I'm unhauling it so that someone else might be able to enjoy it more than I did. So the next book, this is The Confidential Life of Eugenia Cooper by Kathleen Yarbarbo. Again, it's a historical romance. It's just not something that I'm interested in reading currently, so again, I'm going to pass it on. This one, I think, is supposed to be a mystery type book. It's Poppy Harmon Investigates by Lee Hollis. Again, another book that came in the used books monthly. Haven't picked it up. I think it's like my second box. I think I got this in, and I haven't picked it up yet in 3 or 4 months, so I don't foresee myself picking it up at all. So I'm going to pass it on so that someone else can, again, enjoy it and it's not just collecting dust on my bookshelves. This book I was actually interested in, but it was completely different than what I thought it was going to be. It had a very religious slant to it and not something I was looking into. So this is The Shack by William P. Young. Again, for those reasons, not what I was expecting it to be. I lost interest in it very quickly, so I'm going to move on. I think I might even have DNF this book. So, moving on. This book, a publishing company sent it to me. I believe I did a written review on it. It's Solving Cadence More by Gregory Sterner. I did not care for this book. I like the idea of the book. I'll link my Goodreads review if I can in the description box below, because I don't think I actually talked much about it on my channel. But I did do a written review, so if I can find it, I will link it. If I have the capability of linking the Goodreads to it, I'll have to figure that out. So you can read my full thoughts about this book, but it's got to move on. This one I got from the book outlet site. This is Beheld. It is a retelling. I think I liked 2 of the stories. They were all kind of interwoven, but it was not what I expected it to be. Over half the stories I didn't care for throughout the journey in this book. So again, I'm not a ton into retellings that I've discovered over time. There's a few that I've liked here or there, but for the most part, not so much. So this was Beheld. I really thought I was going to enjoy this book. This is Hart Sites by Robin D. Owens. I started reading it, and it's further in the series, and that's a big problem for me. I cannot just pick up in the middle of a series. I need to start at the beginning, but because it came in a book box, you don't get that option. You just get the books that you receive. So there's so much missing background information. It wasn't enjoyable. So again, I believe I DNF'd this book simply because I wasn't enjoying what I was reading. So it's moved on. It might be a great book for someone else who has read the previous books, but for me, not so much. This is The Possessions by Sarah Flannery Murphy. Again, came in a book box, never did pick it up. Don't really have the desire to pick it up. It's about possession and other types of things, but not really in a scary way, so just not something that clicked with me. So I'm going to move it on to someone who can enjoy it more. I did read this book. It was pretty good. This is Tell Us Something True by Dana Reinhardt. I did really enjoy this book, but I don't foresee myself picking it back up. I think I gave it a 4 or 5 star rating, I believe. I read it over the summer last year. But it's a good book. I would recommend it. It's a kind of a high school-ish style book, so YA, and all the troubles him and another girl go through. But it was good. I would recommend it, but I just don't foresee myself wanting to reread it. I tried several times to read this book. It's called The White Mirror by Elsa Hart. Just can never get myself into it. Again, this is back when I very first started learning mystery books. Some things I'm finding I like, others I don't. This one happened to be, I couldn't get myself into the book long enough for it to catch hold of me and want to continue reading it. So, passing it on. Same thing with this one by Sandra Brown. This is Seeing Red. Again, it was another kind of mystery book, but I couldn't get into it. So, moving it on to someone who can. I will link the review for this book. It's by Kim Harrison, The Turn, and it was okay. Not quite what I was thinking it was going to be, but I will link that review down below. I think I might have another Kim Harrison book that I will be interested to see if I like it more than this particular one. But not bad, but it was definitely different than I thought it was going to be. So I'll leave that link down below as well for this independent review of this book. But I read it. I don't foresee myself picking it back up. 2 more books to go. Crimson Lake. This is by Candace Fox. It's been a while. I can't remember if I actually read this one or started it and I DNF'd it. Something to that effect. I don't remember anything about it, the characters, or anything like that. So, gonna move it on. It did not leave any lasting impressions. So, we'll continue on to someone who will. This book actually did enjoy. I think this was either came in my first mystery thriller bookcase club books. This is Ragdoll by Daniel Cole. I did really enjoy this book. I don't think I did an independent review on it, but once you've read the mystery, I wouldn't want to go back and reread it because I already know all the twists and turns in it. But it was very good. I would highly recommend it to you. And I think there may be a sequel, and when I am able to purchase books, I will look at getting the second book of this either series or duology. I'm not sure how he's done with that. But yeah, Ragdoll by Daniel Cole, I would recommend this book. But anyways, I hope you have enjoyed today's unhauling of all these books. Some of them are really good books that I've read, but don't foresee myself rereading. A lot of them I've DNF'd or I didn't have any interest in picking them up in the first place. So I hope you have enjoyed today's video, and I hope you found some value to what I talked about. And until my next video, I hope you have a good one. Bye!